All right, here we are for round number 5. We're playing against F3D88 and we're on the draw. You guys may notice I'm not wearing the same stuff anymore. Went out and about for a little while, now I'm back, so not in the same mindset as before. We'll see if that makes any difference in my play. I played about 9 matches in a row earlier today, and then this 10th one is later, so we're going to mulligan this one. Again, no land. The sand seems okay. I mean, it's not great, but quicksand probably has to go to the bottom. I need some more action. Take off that upkeep stop. Alright, playing against a green deck. Well, hopefully this Chainer's Edict is good against whatever deck we're playing against. It's probably Boggles if they didn't have a turn 1 play. Apparently not. Prismatic Strand should be a pretty good card against what is presumably Stompy here. Alright, I think I'm going to take this Elephant Guide. Gonna actually have trouble with a lot of this stuff, but Elephant Guide is going to be pretty annoying. Alright, Basilica. Pick up that Bog. Gonna have to be careful, try to use this Chainer's Edict when my opponent can't Hunger of the Hellpack. Alright. Got my Cleric. I guess I'll play the Scoured Barrens. So, what do I know about my opponent's hand? Do they draw another Elephant Guide? That'd be kind of ridiculous. Wow. Okay. Doesn't have Trample or anything, right? No. That's going to be tough for us to beat, I think. Especially since I'm drawing all garbage. Let's go ahead and cycle this Baron more. That classic Duress, they draw the other one. I mean, they've only got... there's no way they have more than 2 in the deck, right? The card's just so bad. Alright, I attack for 1. What you gonna do about that, opponent? Didn't really want to just Edict away this Pit Skulk. It's not really an effective strategy. Guess I'm taking 5 a few more times. Alright, that's a good draw. Let's go ahead and play that guy. Pop the Clue. Bajukabog my opponent. If they want to trade a Pump Spell for one of my Clerics, they can go right ahead. If I were my opponent, that would not be a play that I would make, but maybe they want to. Alrighty, then we got the Kami. So I've got 3 fogs right now. So it is going to take our opponent a little while to kill me. My main concern is we have no clock on our opponent, so it doesn't really matter that it's going to take them a while to kill me. And I have no way of killing this River Boa at all. Alright. Well, I can bog my opponent again. I don't have any artifacts right now, because I popped them all. It's possible I just want to start attacking in. I don't think I want to yet, though. I think I'll just chump with my Thraben Inspector. Seems okay. We have a lot of time, but like I said, I have no clock whatsoever. Yep. So I actually don't care about that because We're never going to be able to kill this guy anyway, so it's not that important how big it is. So I need to draw a Pestilence so I can kill these guys. Alright, well I guess that's not happening. Actually, Pestilence can still kill pretty much everything. Well, that's obviously a terrible draw. I guess I'll go ahead and Prismatic Strands this turn, so let's just pick up the Scoured Barrens. Pass a turn. So what I need to do is let's just put this here and see what my opponent does. I don't really want to take the 4, and I don't want to lose my Thraben Inspector either. Alright, so no damage from green. Young Wolf doesn't matter either. Most of the stuff doesn't matter. Wall of Hope, I guess, is actually going to gain me a ton of life off that River Boa, as long as my opponent doesn't draw a Rancor. Okay, well, I'll take 4. Still got lots of turns. Alright, now I have fewer turns. That guy's harder to deal with. Because I can't chump him, and Prismatic Strands doesn't actually stop it. Alright, Mortuary Mire is fine. If you were to ask me what I would change about the deck, it's definitely that there's too many Mortuary Mires and probably too many Bojuka Bogs. They should just be more copies of Vault of Whispers. Can't block. I think I'll Kami so I can Resourceful return my Kami. Yeah, because I'm going to draw the Thraben Inspector, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to have an artifact, and then I'll be able to get back my Kami. Alright, a Burning Tree Emissary. Again, I just really need to draw a Pestilence. Probably got 3 more draws at it, maybe 4. Gotta make sure I don't crack that clue. This deck is cool at the very least. I get all these options. And now I drew another artifact so I can crack that clue no problem. Alright. Pick up this Thraben Inspector. Now I have a clock. Awesome. This would have been great, like a lot of turns ago, like like 6 turns ago, 7 turns ago. Would have been nice to have that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take 4. I'm not worried about 4. I won't really be worried about 5 either. Or maybe I should have been a little more worried because of these Night's Whispers. And yeah, because I wanted to use Pestilence. Should maybe have thought about that a little harder. Yeah, that was just flat out a mistake to go that low, I think. Because now I can't actually kill all this stuff. This prevents all the damage, right? Yeah, let's go with this one. All right, green. Yeah, I should have thought about that a little harder. All right, let's crack this clue then. So I got all these Night's Whispers and now I can't use them. Hoo boy. So 3 will... Let's go ahead and attack with this Skyfisher. So it's not going to cost me any life here. So I can actually still should be able to kill everything pretty much if I want. Alright, I'm going to sacrifice the Kami. Alright. Pestilence. Gain my life. So now I have to decide, do I think my opponent will let this Pit Skulk die? Yeah, I pretty much have to do another one. So my opponent should probably Vines right now. Maybe not though. Alright, so I can only beat 1 pump spell. I can't beat 2. So if he pumps his Pit Skulk... The reason I can't beat more than that many is that this Elephant Guide is going to make another creature here. Alright, that was a great draw though. Yep, you get an elephant. It's a shame I'm so low, because now I can't cast either of these. I do get to keep my Pestilence around. So what do I want to draw? Like a Resourceful Return would probably be my best draw. That's a pretty annoying one. Radiant Fountain is pretty good too. That means I can Night's Whisper. Oh yeah, Resourceful Return. Let's get back the Core Skyfisher. And I'm going to pick up the Radiant Fountain, I think. So I can gain a little life next turn. Alright. I could attack with my Kami. You know, that doesn't seem too bad. See if my opponent wants to trade their Vault Scourge or a Pump Spell for my Kami. Okay. There's something to be said for not Night's Whispering last turn. Okay, well obviously I'm going to block here. When my opponent pumps, I will, I guess I'll just Kami when he pumps. So I can for sure draw the game here if I want. Yeah, that might be what I have to do, unfortunately. So the way I can draw the game is I can attack and then I can gain some life. And then I think I can win this game. Oof, it's tough. Let's go ahead and do this first. I'm going to attack. Then I'm going to try to kill the Vault Scourge on my turn. Oh, my opponent just let that guy die? Interesting. Well, they're dead if they don't have another one. Actually, even if they have another one, they're dead. Ledgewalker doesn't block flyers. Looks like we got him. Cool. We did it. We defeated Stompy. Despite going a little low, I drew the Radiant Fountain just in time, gained some life. Alright, cool. So obviously I want these Circle of Protection greens. I think I want another Guardian. I want the Prismatic Strands for sure. Then I have to decide if I want stuff like Oblivion Ring. I think I want the Arishan Cleric. Duress is an iffy one. This guy's got a lot of stuff that I kind of want to Duress away. So I think I'll bring in a Duress too. I'm going to take out all my Palace Sentinels. It just doesn't seem necessary. And one Night's Whisper and one Resourceful Return probably. Let's see, is this all stuff I want? Maybe I don't want that extra Guardian. Stuff all looks good. I mean, Thraben Inspector's not that good against this deck, but... Maybe I'll cut another Night's Whisper. It's either that or Duress. I actually really like Duress against Stompy. Because all the stuff that is troublesome to us is instants and sorceries. The creatures are non-creature spells. Like the creatures are all derpy creatures, and it's fine if you kill them or not. But okay, I'll keep this. Lead off with Thraben Inspector. This like mana base is really vulnerable to Gleeful Sabotage, and maybe that's why this deck is so short on artifact lands, because they don't want to be too vulnerable to it. But even if you don't want more artifact lands, like just play a swamp or something, you know? Okay, let's play as Arishan Cleric. Pass the turn here. Yeah, so if our opponent goes like 1-drop plus Gleeful Sabotage, hit both our lands, we're going to be pretty far behind. Or a Nest Invader even. Yep, looks like we're getting pounded here. Losing both our lands. Pretty brutal. I should have probably just not played the Arishan Cleric this turn, because this was such a, like, almost like a near certainty that this would happen. But it is what it is. We just still lost our clue plus another one. I mean, you can't just like mulligan hands like that, so I don't know what we were supposed to do, but we're going to lose this game because of the mana base. Yeah, we're dead. I'm trying to think of what I could possibly draw to get out of this. That would be it. Okay. So I need to make sure I stay alive. Yeah, let's just take this 6. So I need to draw a white source. I need them to not draw any non-green creatures as well. White source needs to be untapped, so it has to be this Ancient Den right here. I need them to not draw any Gleeful Sabotages anymore. I'm still going to be dead here probably. Like I'm dead to any pump spell. Or any good pump spell. No pump spell, huh? Well, Mortuary Mire. Don't really want to put any of this stuff on top. I would like to draw more lands. Okay, I'm still dead to a pump spell here. Alright, Nest Invader. And I guess Burning Tree Emissary. I'll still be dead every turn to a pump spell because they can just put a pump spell on this Eldrazi spawn. Okay. Now I can Prismatic Strands to stay alive. Hopefully they... Okay, they should definitely... Yeah, this is correct play for sure. Prismatic Strands on green. Alright, we've got a shot here now because I can play this Guardian. And I can use it to flashback the strands. Problem is I'm still dead to a pump spell on this Eldrazi spawn, probably. If they attack with the spawn, I actually have to block the spawn. And I don't have protection from the spawn, so a pump spell will kill my Guardian. Even an epic, well, they can't really use an epic confrontation, but if they pump their spawn and then, ugh. Opponent just drawing the best card in the matchup, unfortunately for us, kind of over and over. Drew 2 of them. Right when we were clawing back in, we happened to draw almost all of our artifact lands. Alright, well, our opponent's giving us a turn of reprieve. That's a decent draw. Actually, I think I'm going to Resourceful Return back this Thraben Inspector and play it. Hopefully I draw a land. Certainly not a land. Alright. Should have attacked with the spawn, probably. I don't want to kill this one. I would rather kill this one. I don't know, might as well deal a damage to the Nettle Sentinel too. Alright. Green. I don't know. Oh. Damage is prevented twice from my Guardian. Let's go ahead and play Prismatic Strands again. I'll crack clues if they don't attack. This is a tight game. Our opponent's kind of floundered here. That's an interesting decision to do that. That was the only creature that could attack through Prismatic Strands. But I can see where they're coming from here. Alright, let's go ahead and kill this one. I guess we'll block here. Why not? Green. Alright, we're getting there. One more Chainer's Edict and I'll be able to kill this guy, this big guy. I'm also at the point where I can just block it and I don't have to kill it. I guess I'll pick up the Mortuary Mire. I don't foresee myself wanting to put any of this stuff on top, so maybe I'll just take the Barrens. I still just want to draw lands pretty much. I guess I can attack for one. Any reason not to just attack for one? No, I don't think so. Let's do it. The reason would be that my opponent can play a pump spell and eat my Thraben Inspector, but to be honest, I'm perfectly happy to trade my Thraben Inspector for a pump spell if they want. So, just gonna block. And they can trample over for 4, which is okay. Not going to do anything about that. Nettle Sentinel. So this turn I can play the Pestilence, and I can flashback the Prismatic Strands. And then I can, I guess I might as well attack with my, no. Yeah, I might as well attack with my Guardian. So next turn I can kill both these Nettle Sentinels with my Pestilence, and I can then Chainer's Edict this guy away. This is interesting that my opponent would attack with the Nettle Sentinels. I mean, obviously I'm double blocking one of them and killing it with Prismatic Strands. I guess they don't have lethal. I can just double block the Nest Invader. All right. So I can just double Chainer's Edict, would be a lot safer. I think that is probably what I should do instead of what I was thinking of maybe doing with my Pestilence. I don't know, it's kind of looking like we're going to pull this one off. My opponent did not have a very good draw. They got really flooded, unfortunately for them. All right, I'll pick up the Mortuary Mire, I guess. Might want to put an Erishan Cleric on top just so I can get some more life here. Relic of Progenitus. That's a good one here. I assume they're going to crack it. I don't really like bringing... That's too many sideboard cards. Maybe that's why my opponent... Maybe that's why my opponent is just not able to pressure me this game. Played a couple of sideboard cards that didn't quite do enough. I mean, the sabotages were great, but I'm not sure the relics are necessarily where you want to be. I'll just play this guy. So I mean, our opponent's dead here if they don't have something. Nice, draw 5 lands in a row. Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. Oh. Alright, so we went 4-1, and we lost a really close one to Stompy that, I mean, if either of us had drawn, like if I had been able to put a land on top of his deck one turn in the games he won, I probably would have won that game, and if I had been able to put exactly what I wanted on top of my deck, I would have won that game too. So, you know, they were super close. So this deck, I think this deck is the real deal. We didn't really even have any close games like against Blue Red Delver. We just pretty much destroyed them in every game. They did have a lot of pretty stumbly draws, but you know, that's the kind of thing that happens with that deck a bit sometimes. And a lot of times I play decks that are too slow to punish that. But this deck isn't fast, but like if I drop a Guardian or I drop a Pestilence, like if I resolve a 4-drop on them while they're stumbling around, they're almost unbeatable for those decks. So that's pretty cool about this deck. So I was talking about things that I would probably change for this deck a little bit, and you know, I actually like the Erishan Clerics. I kind of thought Lone Missionary would be better, but with Pestilence, they're pretty nice to have the 3 toughness thing. The thing I would change, the mana base just cannot be correct. Like, this mana base is atrocious. It just can't be the correct mana base. Where is it? Right here's the deck. So, things I would change. I'm not sure how I feel about Quicksand. It seems a little unnecessary, but it is kind of cool. What I don't like are all these. So I don't like these 7 lands. Do not like these 7 lands. I think I would replace at least one Mortuary Mire at a minimum with a swamp. If you're scared about your Vault of Whispers getting blown up, get a swamp. Otherwise, if you value your resourceful return, then play a Vault of Whispers. Other than that, I don't like Forsake the Worldly. This seems just heinously bad. I mean, you can just play Disenchant, you know, or Dust to Dust or something. Like Boggle seems like a great matchup. So I don't know if we really need stuff that just exiles one enchantment anyway. Like that doesn't seem like something that's particularly impressive to me. So there's no reason to even worry about the enchantments. I guess you could be scared of like your opponent's Pestilences, but if you're playing a Pestilence deck and your opponent plays a Pestilence, you should not be that upset about it if you've built your deck correctly. I like all the Circle of Protections. They actually seem really awesome. The blue ones especially. The blue and green are especially awesome. We have a lot of life gain. I'm not sure how necessary the red one is, but still pretty good. I do like the sideboard a lot other than these. I do think that we need some affinity hate, but I don't think this is the way to go. For those of you who don't really know, Dust to Dust. Oh, Dust to Dist, huh? So Dust to Dust, exile 2 target artifacts. Obviously, it is insane against affinity. You just exile 2 of their lands on turn 3, and they're dead. It is a little tough on the mana. Like we've got all these sources that don't tap for white mana, but at the same time, this card's kind of garbage. I'd rather just run Disenchant. I don't even have a Disenchant, but maybe I do. Doesn't look like I have any, but I'm almost certain Disenchant is legal in this format, right? Like it's been common before. Pauper, yeah, so I would rather play that, I think. Pick up one of these sweet arts. You can probably get them from a free bot. Other than like this full art one is probably not from a free bot, but you can probably get these from a free bot. Put them into your sideboard. Get rid of these stupid Forsake the Worldlies. They're too slow. Fact of the matter is when your opponent's playing a 1 mana or 0 mana 4/4 and you have to kill it with a 3 mana spell, it's just too slow. So that is it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys all for watching. Remember to subscribe down below. Follow me on Twitter. Hit that little bell icon if you want to get notified anytime I put up new videos. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you just pay attention to when I'm putting out new videos. Tell your friends. Really awesome. I got a lot of new subscribers the last week or two because of the 100 card decks. So gonna hopefully try to keep doing some fun stuff like that. Mix it up with these tier decks. And really, this was a really fun one to play. I would recommend playing this one for sure. It's not that pricey. The Pal Sentinels are a little bit, but other than that, nothing is too expensive, I don't think, in here. Crypto Rats is a little bit, but there's only one. So I think it's like a 20-ticket deck. Go pick it up and play it. It's pretty awesome. And you're going to want these Pal Sentinels anyway. Every white, like most of the white decks are going to want some of these, at least in their sideboard. So this guy's not going anywhere. Pick him up. I think that's it for me this time. Thank you guys for watching again, and I will see you next time.